excited yet? Hey everyone! I hope this finds you as well as I'm feeling right now, morning, afternoon, evening, wherever this may find you. Welcome, welcome, friends. It's probably safe to say that this is my most anticipated Old Man Listens show ever. If you would have asked me if this was possible just a year ago, I would have said impossible. I'm amazed myself at just how excited I am to be doing this. I haven't even listened to the music and I'm overwhelmed by it already, and I'm going to try as much as possible to put into words why that is and why this means as much to me as it does. I see how excited you all are. Let me ask you, how many of you, and I mean, I certainly don't take this for granted, right? Maybe it's a question I should ask later. I can ask the question later, but look. My journey, and I would say our journey with IDLES, has been singular and absolutely amazing. It's probably the most beautiful experience I've ever had with anybody in the music industry. 1 year ago, I didn't know who IDLES were. I've been doing these old man shows for a good while now. Okay. The virus shows have been going on for 609 straight days. I didn't know who IDLES were, as I said. Now, the premise to a lot of these old man shows is that I don't know them. I don't know the album before I listen to it. It's a first-time listen. For all intents and purposes, it's almost always a first-time listen. Okay? Yes, I'll read the liner notes. So, our experience, I believe, started with, what's the beach ball one called? Ultramono. Ultramono was the first one. And Chubbs says that happened on day 365. Today we're at day 609. So it's just about a year. It's under a year, but just about a year. And it was one of those things where I didn't know the band. And to me, it was another alt pitchfork band. Okay, so about a year ago, basically, like I said, to me, the entire premise of this show is you play stuff you've never heard before. So to me, IDLES was just another band that all the fucking Bonnaroo kids go to, all the Pitchfork kids go to, the New Musical Express kids. And that's not me. I'm a fucking 51-year-old man. I'm not that guy. I like music. That's what I like. But I like being able to talk about music with everybody. That includes young people. And the reason it is that I like that is because music is a bridge. Art is a bridge. You can listen to stuff that people like it together, and you can compare your experience to it and share your experience, and they can bring you forward into the future, and you can take them back into what came before what they love. You understand? So to me, that communication is always good. So IDLES were just one of those bands. Another band like fucking Muse, another band like, who else have I done over the years, over this year? Fucking Sufjan, any of these bands, okay? Just another band to play. Some of them you stick around and you listen to them and you continue, and some of them don't keep your interest. And I liked it. I enjoyed it. One thing that came to me right away as we were doing Ultramono, number one, that it was very catchy, but secondly, I saw that the community, people felt very strongly. Small vocal group felt very, very strongly. IDLES. But then again, that's what can be said about a lot of people. I mean, the Muse people felt that way too. I fucking hate Muse. You know what I mean? Everyone's got their fanboys. So to me, dealing with fanboys is just par for the course, right? On the other hand, I found it interesting enough. And again, for me, I believe in supporting the band. And I believe if I'm going to get to know the music, I buy the music. And this show, a big part of this show, I buy the records not only for me, but I buy them for you. I got to have skin in it, which is to say that I love it. But I buy them as much for you to make a good show for all of us and to do something that allows us to listen in community in a special way that you feel is meaningful also. It can't only be meaningful for me. It has to be meaningful for me, but it's most successful when everybody feels the same thing, when everybody feels like something meaningful. I mean, it's palpable today, okay? So I kind of started seeing just seeds of that early on. And it's like, okay, let me get the next album. And then what's that next album that we did? Joy as an Act of Resistance is what we did. And again, I found it super catchy, liked it, everything was good. It didn't do the same thing to me. It's kind of like, okay, we're just rolling along. Now, those of you who follow our Twitter, or those of you who follow how it is that I do things, I'm not regular on Twitter. I just do me. Sometimes I feel like tweeting, sometimes I feel like posting something on Instagram, and I do it. But for the most part, I live my life in the here and now, and I don't live on social media. The reason that Twitch and this exists and works for me is because it is in the here and now. I can be authentic here. I'm not sending something out looking for... I don't do that game right. Okay? That said, I get caught up with my emotions, right? And I get excited. And you also know that I'm somebody that... I'm interested in talking about music. I'm interested in having a good time with just about anyone. And to that end, I'm not really somebody, when I'm talking to somebody who's quote unquote a star, or somebody who's, you know, I'm kind of, to me, I see another human being. I'm not starstruck. The last time I was starstruck was when I met Lemmy. And I can't remember the time I was starstruck before that. You know what I mean? It's just, we're human beings, man. And even artists, as much as I adore what they do, I think that artists are vessels through which the art goes through which the art manifests itself. So, to me, my general feeling is towards the human being is you're a vessel. Not unimportant, but I don't worship the vessel. I worship the art. It's a different thing. So, the cult of personality isn't so much a thing for me. Okay? And it's maybe the reason why it is that I just take swings sometimes that no normal person should take because I don't care. And I know that during the show of Joy as an Act of Resistance, one of the things I said was someone to the effect of, wouldn't it be fucking cool? We did the first one and it was great. The second one, even better. Wouldn't it be cool if we got, let's say, the singer to join us on the show? Just to hang out and see this community that we've already built here and listen to the music together. Now, I've thrown this kind of thing out in the wild many times, and I usually whiff, strike out. I've thrown it out to fucking Ice-T a million times because I'd love to talk to him. Strike out. I've thrown it out to LP. LP showed up for RTJ4. Will it happen again? I don't know. I hope so, but I throw it out there. I've thrown it out to Fantoma, and Fantoma and I will be doing a show at some point when it's right. I've thrown it out to Andy Williams of Doves. Andy Williams of Doves, what did he do? He came on, and now he's one of our friends. He's a patron of the arts. He's the drummer of Doves, is a patron of ours. So I threw it out there. And when you take the swing, to me, it's just you take a crack, you know? It's like you do what you have to do. you don't have any expectations. You don't go up to the plate and expect to hit a fucking grand slam every time. It doesn't work that way. You take your swing. Your responsibility is you just take the swing. That's the work. You practice. You take your cuts. You take your cuts. You take your cuts. So to me, all right, let's tag IDLES management. Let's tag IDLES and throw this out into the world. And it came back. And the reason it came back is because someone in management, I believe, had watched one of the previous videos, either Ultramono or Joy as an Act of Resistance. So they kind of knew what I'm about. They kind of knew how it is that I do things. My hope all the time when that happens is I hope that they catch the worst sides of me too, so they see when I get completely gonzo, so they see when I get angry, because to me it's all the same thing. You present yourself as a full human being. You don't present yourself as a perfect human being. Okay? So I prefer that somebody knows me and loves me despite my faults. And I present myself that way. So anyway, Joe agrees to get on. And we do a show for brutalism. And it wound up being something special. It wound up being really great. Joe stayed with us for a good 3 or 4 hours. He was clearly having a very good time. We were all enjoying ourselves. It was the representation of everything it is that I still work towards every day when I put together this community, when I put together these shows. I'm still trying to build something, and I still have the same vision, and most people don't understand what it is that I try to do here, except for the people who are in it, and except for just a few people who kind of get it right away. But for the most part, people don't get what I'm trying to do. They don't understand the idea of the event. They don't understand that if you love music, it's not just the music. You want to create an event around it. It means something to you. So sharing it with friends is even better. Creating an event around the space and time right now. How many of you got drinks? How many of you set time out in your schedule to be here for today? Okay? I mean, I can't lay claim to that because I'm here every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. But I'm curious because I have spoken to you. How many of you made time to make sure you took time off, you got yourself some drinks, you got yourself some smoke, you got yourself something because you knew we're going to listen to it together? How many of you didn't listen to the record already? Because you could have. It came out at midnight, but you didn't listen to the record because you wanted to listen to it today, right now, together. Because I got the record on Monday. I could have listened to the whole damn thing on Monday. And for me, it's like there's no chance I'm going to do that. Because I want to listen to it with you. This is going to be fucking amazing. We're never going to forget this. Where were you when we fucking listened to Crawler for the first time? You were here. It becomes our history. It becomes our history. That shit matters. Community matters. The point in time matters. And guess what? It seems like IDLES share these values. The management share these values. Now, please understand that prior to me doing all of this, I did not know this. I gathered from the lyrics that there's a certain ethical standard to this band and how they operate. So that I appreciated right away, you know? But it took the management at Mother's office, Mark Bent at Mother's office, that said, listen, we share your values. And those of you who were here for that show saw two people get together and just connect and have a fucking laugh. And it was palpable. The sense of community was palpable, the way it is that we just got along. And I know that when IDLES come here, I'm going to meet the rest of them as well as Joe. And I know that I'm going to go out with Joe and we're probably going to go get a meal at Joe Beef like we talked about it. I'm guessing that I'm going to be a guest at the show. Because now what it is that they've done, for the first time ever, it was probably the best realization, although it's happened on a few occasions. I mean, like I said, RTJ is definitely the case. The Run the Jewels fans are amazing. And Radiohead fans too. But Radiohead is so huge, it can get a little bit impersonal. Although I've met a ton of friends through Radiohead, but this feels really personal somehow. This feels like family. And I remember for the first time when it is that we did that show, I thought to myself, it's like, look, what it is that you're doing is you're connecting your tribe with my tribe. You're connecting your group with my group, and we're sharing our commonalities, and we become a bigger group. It was the first time that I felt that successfully. Now, when it comes to this record, I saw it, I heard it, I saw that they were on tour, and I contacted them. It's like, hey, you want to do this again? It's like, I'd love to be able to do old school radio promo. Get the record, play the singles right up until the day of the album, and when it's time to play the album, make an event. And that's what I did. I got the record on Monday. I didn't listen to it. We played the 2 singles on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and today here we are. And they said yes immediately. They sent a copy of the record and said, just don't break embargo. It's like, of course I'm not going to break embargo. You don't even have to ask. Don't do it. And if I reflect over the last year since the first IDLES thing, something has happened to my community. Okay? I'm pretty sure that I think that I know you guys fairly well. The more that I see you, the more that I know you. I know your musical tastes. I know we have a lot of commonalities, right? And what it is that I've noticed is that we've all become IDLES super fans up to a certain point. That includes me. Isn't it fucking remarkable? Management wound up doing something with a small group like us. Okay? So we don't reach thousands, tens of thousands, or hundreds of thousands of people. Okay? But we have a community of very passionate people. And the way it is that I always approach this kind of thing is I approach it as, listen, there's how many of us now? Over 100 of us, nearly 120 of us. Actually more than 120, is it? 115, right? By the way, YouTubers, can I ask for a like? Can you like the video, please? Thanks, man. So what it is that I do is I approach this like, listen, if I'm if I'm the owner of a coffee shop and I got 115 people visiting my coffee shop, is that a successful business model? The answer is 1000% yes. Yes, it is. As long as you can sell enough coffee in order to keep your doors open, right? Now, this is not the model with which music is marketed. Music is marketed via playlists. Music is marketed via get as many hits as possible. What winds up happening is that communities like us aren't necessarily valued for too much because our numbers aren't big enough. Okay? But something's happened. One thing that I've noticed is conversion is very important. It's not how many people you reach. It's not how many people saw it. It's how many people you converted. And there's something that I noticed. They converted all of us. They converted all of us. Vinyl Junkies is an IDLES sub-community now. What I notice is that all of you, when you come over here, you're all up on the IDLES news all the time. You knew when the video came up, you talked about it. You knew when the album was coming out. You're the ones who told me about the pre-orders. You knew about the entire tour. A lot of you bought tickets, went to the concert. I'm watching some of you on Zoom. You're wearing the t-shirts. We've become super fans of this band. So the conversion rate is through the fucking roof. It's through the roof. You guys, God bless you, Mark Bent. God bless you, folks at Partisan Records. God bless you, fucking IDLES or whatever it is that you hold dear in your life for valuing what it is that we do here. Because the manner in which you do things is positive in a way that's not necessarily quantitative, but qualitatively it's very positive. Your manner of doing things, your manner of taking care of your artists, going about your art and doing what it is that you do is qualitative. and you understand the value of quality. And it's not just quantity. And it's not something that I see very often in the music industry. It's my biggest gripe against the music industry. Everything's the sausage maker. Just fucking grind out as much sausage as you possibly can. Just go, 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 go. Nothing stops it. Not even a pandemic that's killing millions of people worldwide. No, man. Business must be going. The wheels must turn. There's got to be more to life than that. You have to be able to sit down, relax, enjoy. There's a qualitative experience. It's not just a matter of get as much as you can. Cram in as much as you can. That's not what this is about. I mean, that's what it is that keeps me talking 25 minutes into the show with no hurry. I'm in no hurry to start the thing because we all know we're going to be here. But tell me something. When you invite a bunch of people to dinner, what do you do? What do? You sit down and you have your fucking dinner right away. The minute the guests are all there right away, no. You sit down, you have a bit of cheese, you have some other stuff, you have a glass of something, you talk, there's some music on. You ease into it. And then you have the meal. And you don't rush the meal, you take your time. Over another few drinks. And then you have the fruit. And then you have the dessert, and then you have the coffee, and then you have the digestif. And that's what makes it special. It's not the fact that it was a fabulous roast beef. That's not the fucking highlight of the night. The highlight of the night is not the roast, the fantastic quality of the main course. That is not. The entire event is brought together by that meal. That meal is the reason. But the thing is the manner in which everybody is there. That's what makes it special. The fucking community. All of you. Now, this isn't a marketable way of doing things, and it's against the law. You're not supposed to use this music. So you know what the Partisan Records and Mother Artists have done and IDLES have done for us? They spent the week making sure that this is whitelisted, so we're not going to be bothered. They took extra steps so that we can feel like community and enjoy it properly like community. Please understand, they didn't do this just for me. They did it for you because they care about you, the fans. I'm pretty sure that this is the way it is that they do things just in general. It's not because they love me over and above or anything like that. Look, I mean, I'm a guy. I'm sure they love me, they respect me, all the rest. Listen, Joe Talbot is a patron. The management, patrons. Partisan Records aren't patrons. I'd love you to be patrons if you're here. I don't care the amount. Please understand. It's the act of community. Being a part of that community. And somebody who is a part of that community brings something to the community. You know? So to me, I always see it as a feather in my cap when an artist or somebody from the industry is part of it. And feel like they want to be part of it. Makes me proud.
I'll buy that for $1.
You did, Joe. That's exactly what you did. And as a result, everybody became fans. And we all bought your record. And we all bought concert tickets. And we all know where you've performed, and we all know where you're going to perform next. Why? Because we've bought tickets into next year for it. People are committed. You know why? Because it's not bullshit. Because it's for real. Because it's honest. It's grassroots. It's community. It's so clear they understand that. And it makes me proud. You don't need everybody to be that way. You just need enough people to move forward to be that way. Whiffin bought Deluxe. Awesome, Whiffin. We're about to find out if we like it beyond the 2 singles. The 2 singles are absolutely brilliant. Car Crash is fantastic. What's the other ballroom one? I always forget ballroom. Every time I hear ballroom, I think Rosalind, but I know it's not Rosalind. That tune is the best I've ever heard Joe sing. Ever. That song, what's the name of that ballroom? Beachland Ballroom, thank you. Beachland Ballroom is me hearing a band, number one, present R&B like I've never heard before in that particular manner. But this band can do whatever they want, can't they? Where it is that it gets a little difficult for me is I tell myself, do I feel this closely to the band? Do I feel this special about this band and their music because Joe came on and because we've been treated well? Or is it despite that? Because you see, if you ask me, and I might be too close to it, if you ask me, the impression that I get is that IDLES are fucking blowing up right now. They're blowing up. It's just the anticipation for this record is more than I've seen in a long time. The thing is that how much of that is me? How much of that is because I already feel that way and I'm the one putting that out? Or is it really coming the other way? You know what I mean? But it feels like a big deal record. It feels like when I was 13 years old and fucking Power Slave came out. That's how it feels to me. It feels like when fucking Rain and Blood came out to me. It feels like any album where it's like, wow, you know, I expected it. It's just, it was a huge, hotly anticipated thing. Actually, maybe not Rain and Blood. South of Heaven for me was anticipated even more. I loved Rain and Blood, but I wasn't expecting it to go there. By South of Heaven, my expectations for the next album were very big. You know? And that's kind of what it is that I feel here. In this case, it wasn't that my expectations were big. You know what fucking sold me to this? The singles. My original thought when I went into this is that I'm not going to listen to any of it. I don't want to hear any singles. I don't want to hear anything. I want to go in completely raw on the entire thing, listen to it from beginning to end. And that, I changed my mind quickly. And I said, no, they put out the singles. They put them out for a reason. And that's the way old radio is. And to me, the spirit of old radio is what it is that made me do things the way it is that I do them. Play the singles, play the singles, play the singles. Get people excited about fucking right up to fucking game time. This is game time. If you haven't bought the record, buy the motherfucker. Okay? Because if they do blow up, you know what it feels like? It feels like the good guys won. And I need to know sometimes that the good guys win. I haven't seen any cut corners with these guys. These guys seem to be 100% true to themselves. And are nice fucking guys, genuinely. And punk as fuck. Punk as fuck. You know how proud it makes me when I see somebody like Ashbosh come in. And I know he's here on the chats also with us. He didn't know IDLES before he heard it here. And he became a fan and he's got the record. He bought it. Polam just put up the link. Get IDLES on vinyl. There are the links. There's their Bandcamp, Shop US. Support them direct. If there's any band I think that deserves it, to me at least, from my perspective, it's them. Integrity is a huge thing for me. And they have it in spades. They have passion in spades, and after hearing Roseland Ballroom, whatever the fucking ballroom is, Beachwood, it's like, okay, so now you're telling me that you have that flexibility to what you do, to that level too. The band just became more interesting to me. I'm pretty certain that they're going to get called sellouts by some people. But sellout happens all the fucking time. Fuck people who call sellouts. Fuck them. Bands are artists. They're allowed to create whatever it is that they want, how they want. So, it's funny because when Joe was here, He was, the way it is, they had referred to Ultra Mono almost like, is like, look, we went out with the idea of making our pop record, with the idea that we're not going to make it again. And my response to that was, you're amazing songwriters. Why? Be fucking proud of it. Really, be proud of it, man. So you're a great songwriter, so you know how to write catchy stuff. What? That makes you a sellout? Fuck the people who think you're a fucking sellout. Fuck them. You gotta be able to say fuck them to some people, you know? And stick by your fucking principles. Stick by your vision, undiluted, and go forward. And it pleases me when I see a band like IDLES do that, because I relate as a human being to what it is that I'm doing even here with radio, trying to build my thing, sticking by my fucking principles, growing it one patron at a time, the right patron, choosing quality over quantity, doing all of these things, curating the experience. When it is that I see a band like IDLES feel like it's blowing up, it makes me feel like, you know what? This is proof to me that if you stick by it, you stick by the hard work, you stick by the principles, and you stick by doing it right, even the good guys win. Even the fucking good guys win. Maybe you can do it without the fucking algorithm. Or maybe the way to trip the algorithm is to make sure that you stick to the principle first. That you stick to the qualitative experience. Does that make sense? So you have to understand, when it comes to this band, what I know is human beings. I don't know a publicist. I know a human being when I think of them. Everything feels personal about it. This is what I do this for. It's not an ego thing, bringing all of you together here so that we can listen to this music. No, it's about us together. It's not about me. If something's important to you, slow down. Make time for it. You don't rush through something that's important. You take your time with it. You savor it. Super laugh hard. IDLES have become mainstream. Yeah, that's kind of the way it feels. But this is not a bad thing. I'm not taking it as a bad thing at all. To me, you know what IDLES are starting to remind me of? Okay, there was some article that I read about how there are some people that manage to basically have zero haters. Like, everybody fucking loves them. Dolly Parton. Name me a person who hates Dolly Parton. Forget if you like her music or not. Everybody loves Dolly Parton. That's the way IDLES feels to me. They're like Dolly Parton. They touch you, you touch that, and you like it. And the message is positive. There's no bullshit there. I mean, it's remarkable if you're able to do that. They have that. They have that. I relate to that. So it feels important. I can't promise to sell $1 million for a band through something like this. What it is that I can do, however, is I know that I can bring together a bunch of really passionate people about music and the people who will go out and buy the record if they haven't already. You know? There's a part of me that doesn't even want to start this. Because I feel like the sooner it starts, the sooner it finishes. Like, really, I'm telling you, it feels that important to me. I don't feel like I'm just doing a job. I feel like let me rephrase that. I feel like by doing my job, by doing this, for this audience of maybe 150, I'm doing my small part for art. But I'm doing it in an honest, personal way. It makes me feel valuable. It makes a show like this feel valuable. Because People who show you good art are important. Even if some of the art they show you sometimes is not to your liking, they're still important. You got to try different things, you know? Well, you don't have to, but you can't call yourself open-minded, or you can't say that your opinion counts for anything if you're not willing to listen to stuff that you might not like. You know what I mean? It doesn't work that way. So me, what did I do? I took an edible. I have a beautiful cup of coffee that my beautiful wife made for me. And probably more than any other time, I'm feeling very mindful and telling myself what the old people in the movies always tell other people, the parting advice that they give to other people when they die. Enjoy it all. Don't take it for granted. Even if it's a small moment in time, if it's a good moment for you, don't take it for granted. And to me, this is a good moment. I love music. This is my life. Doing this is a gift for me. Doing it in the band, knowing that I'm doing it, is a gift for me. It's not about fanboyism. It's not. It's about feeling like I'm doing what it is that I was meant to do. All I have to offer the world is my love of music, man. This is all I know how to do. I know how to take care of these fucking records. I know how to talk about that shit daily. And doing it when it's actually illegal to do it and still have people in the industry respect it, it's the best. Do you like what I do? If you enjoy what I do, please know that you're the ones who support it. You can listen to the show all you want, but I much prefer getting to know you and having you join the conversation. Become a patron. Patreon.com/Vinyl Junkies. Go become a patron for as little as $2 or $5 a month. I say proudly that Joe Talbot of IDLES is a patron. I say it proudly. I say it proudly that their management are patrons. I say it proudly. Maybe other people don't take what I do seriously, but I take what I do seriously. I'm proud of it. This is my art. This is what I work at. So, boom. Are you ready? I'm curious. This is the question that I wanted to ask. How many of you are like me and you got to know IDLES through our show? I mean, I ask this type of question because it's like I know all you names, right? The chat, you're all patrons. But how many of you discovered IDLES through Vinyl Junkies? Yeah, Ash Posh thought I knew already. Devin, Muddy, Danesh. Danesh didn't know them. Danesh is a big music guy. I'm sure he bought the record. Gladic, Dennis Doe, Chance Aim, Incredible Universe, Bodega Sam, Jake Wynn. Holy fuck, a lot of you. Runyon. Wheels is saying that this is the very first time that you'll ever hear IDLES. You haven't ever heard any other albums, Wheels? I appreciate you being a patron, by the way, Wheels. So, that means everything, man. And now you guys, if you like it, what do? You take it forward. And if this is a positive experience for you, I'm glad that I'm the one who provided the space in order for it to happen. And the love moves forward. You may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday you'll join me, and the world understand?
Oh man, you're a psychopath.
Do you understand? Oh, Joe. You're such a sweet talker. That's the feeling of the edible kicking in. You can do it! You can do it! I'm going to be working out during IDLES. Which songs are going to be good workout songs? You notice how my voice is just an instant auto-tune. My voice is always sung in the key of beautiful. Do you like what we're doing here? If you like what we're doing, support what we're doing. Leave your old man a tip. We're going to start on side one right now. Would you buy me a cup of coffee while we did this? If you would, tip the house. You know what it allows me to do? It allows me to go out and buy more records, produce more shows, pay Polam, our producer, to keep doing our shows, and keeping the doors open for all of you so that we can still hang out and still build best online community I've ever been a part of. I've been on the internet since 97, and I've never been part of anything that I've been so proud of. This is amazing, you know? So, do we have any new patrons to say hello to? If not, we're going to get started. I have the 2x45 LP. Okay? So, it's half speed mastered. It's going to say, if it's half speed mastered, it's going to sound better than just a 1 LP. I'm going to talk a little bit about the packaging. I don't know, at the end of side B or something. You should know that these are played at 45. I think I mentioned that already. What is the name of track 1? Look, what we can do is maybe right next to that, like, put the names of the tracks as they're playing, Polam. Do you think you can do that? David, thank you. I'm going to take just a minute, actually, to see all of you. You think I didn't see your tips? I saw them. Just give me a second to just personally acknowledge you guys. I'll acknowledge new patrons as well. So, where are you guys? Ruffian, happy IDLES Day. Thank you for bringing us together for this. You're very welcome, Ruffian. Thank you for being here. Purple Haze, the people's champion. Motherfucker still going. All 100% steroid free. No cheating, only fucking honest. 600 points a day. Nothing beats hard work. Gabby, thank you. Homecat, been here for the whole IDLES journey so far. Excited to continue it with you. All is love. So you were here for all three of them, eh, Homecat? I'm happy to have you. And yeah, you know that I recognize you. We're happy to see you all the time. David, all is love. Thank you, David. Before I get started, I'm going to read these liner notes. A hype train is close. Why? What did we do to get a hype train? Spooks subscribed. Is this it? Oh shit, it's IDLES. What do you mean it's IDLES? Holy shit, it's IDLES. Oh, they're here? Hey, awesome. Are they really here? What the hell's going on? I mean, if they're here, cool. And if they're not here, scroll up, listen. They're going to see it if they're here. Maybe it's maybe it's management, which is cool too. I'm going to read that later, but now that I know that they're here, look, I'm not going to assume that you were here before, but it's important to do good things in your work. It's art. Art is meant to make life better. The more you personalize it, the more it matters. I can only speak to Joe personally and Mark. This is very meaningful to us. It's basically a concert for nearly 150 people. It's making people happy. And it's cool to be able to do it together. I can't fucking wait to hear it. It's kind of weird to be this overwhelmed by an album, dude. But yeah. IDLES show that you can say fuck you to the right things. It doesn't mean that you're saying fuck you to everything. It means that you're pointing your fuck you to the places where fuck you belongs. And you keep on your path. And thank you for being our patrons. Patron 868, where the fuck are you? Smoke 'em if you got 'em. Let me read the liner notes. Well, it's just basically a passage. They did this with the last album also. But I've already read it. My guess is that this was written by Joe. Crawler. I was on my knees, but I was not begging, nor praying. I was just getting by, and I survived my traumas and the savage bastard cycle of addiction by half a whisker. Survival isn't just the end release of centered jubilation. It's all the ugly, vicious, and lonely steps along the way. I look back now and see just how beautiful life is. To recover is beauty, but to be carried by the embrace of care and luck is ecstasy. I am grateful. I am a crawler. I am alive. All is love. I've never heard it described as crawler, and I realized I've been a crawler my entire motherfucking life. I mean, you hear me talk, I talk about how I come from a family of farmers. I'm not ashamed of it. I'm proud of it. I'm proud of that blue-collar attitude. Hard fucking work. The dude's kind of my hero. He's younger than me. But because he's using his voice, his considerable voice, to do what I think is super important. And he's making the world a better place with it. It's a big deal. Beyond music, I'm a crawler too, Joe. I'm still a fucking crawler. I do this every day. I'm still a crawler. I'm a crawler. And once I have to stop, once I finally reach the point where I don't have to crawl anymore, Joe, I'm never going to forget what it's like to crawl. And I'm never going to step on those that crawl, ever. I'm going to help elevate. Because that's what you do. What you take it, you move it forward. You bring it forward. You make it have meaning. It doesn't have meaning if you're the only one that has it. You share it. All right. Smoke 'em if you got 'em, friends. All is love.
Smoke 'em if you got 'em.
I'm pretty sure I've never felt that so acutely as I do now. This matters to me. Smoke 'em if you got 'em!
dark. He lost control. He was degloved. He was jelly rolled. It was February. I was cold and I was high. He wanted love. He wanted soul. There's not enough to make him whole. It was February. I was cold and I was high.
It's giving me a total Nick Cave vibe.
The swell of heaven on my dashboard. I can see my spinal cord rip apart. It's raining glass like a fever storm.
In the build.
Every promise I've sworn tonight. The swell of heaven on my dashboard. I can see my spinal cord swing high. It's raining glass like a fever storm. Every promise I have sworn tonight. It was February. I was cold and I was
Bring it back down.
I got to my knees and I begged my mother with the bottle in one hand, this one or the other, and so it turns again and again. She woke from a slumber with a crippled stance. She said she missed my brother and wanted one more chance, and so it turns again and again. The wheel, and so it turns again and again. The wheel, and so it turns, and so it turns. Can I get a hallelujah? I hear it from the back now. Can I get a hallelujah?
Let's go!
Can I get a hallelujah? Hear it from the user. Can I get a hallelujah? Can I get a hallelujah? Can I hear it from the back now? Can I hear a hallelujah? Can I get a hallelujah? Can I get a hallelujah? Can I get a hallelujah?
Fucking awesome. Awesome. That's an anthem. What's the name of that song?
The tapping of the feet seem loud. There's a girl in a whirlwind cloud. I dance with a Spaniard man till we had no breath left. The pounding chest, I shot like a morbid ref. Dance grief from my pores. Beat pounds like a knocking at the door. The hi-hats dance like a feather. I'm in a paralytic, loveless dream. Not a single face I've seen is a friend. I recognizes me. A black cat. I don't want your dim sum. It's 3 a.m. I wanna dance till the sun comes. I wanna fight your cousin. I wanna tear through the night like an angel flare. I'm a 10-foot snare that cuts through the sky with no care, no care, no care, no. Feels like I'm coming home. Feels like I'm coming home.
Of course, I'm going to try to go do something exactly when the record ends, because I always pick the best spots, you understand? It's stoner logic. Oh yeah, the record's about 30 seconds away from getting done. Why don't you move away from the mic now? Do you guys hear the echo, or is it okay? I mean, if you hear it and it's okay, I'm okay with the sound not being pristine. The reason I hear it in here is so that I can enjoy it in a big room. This is my first time listening to it. This band's going to be fucking enormous. I mean, it's a perfect side of music. It's a perfect side of music. It's far more, I won't say far more, but it's more varied. Emotionally, certainly. And it's welcome. It all feels comfortable. It doesn't feel like, okay, it's this phase. It's not that phase. It feels almost like this is where we are right now. And if I'm catching that vibe right, and the band stays always to we are who we are right now, and just allows that to keep going forward, it's like they have it. There's something there. I can't really tell you. I can't place my finger on it, but I know what appeals to me. They're singing to me. They're singing about me. And they sound like they come from the same place like me. And it sounds like they share the same values like me. I feel like me. They feel like people who could probably become fucking superstars. It's certainly beginning to look that way. But always have that connection. Dolly Parton, man. Cher. These are just two people that came to mind immediately. They have this connection with their audience. They have this connection. It's cool to see. It makes me proud that at this point in time, we listened to this together and we will be part of IDLES history. We will be the new way of getting the word out. Sell the fucking records. The records make more money for them than the fucking streams do. And the records you keep forever. The records you have them. It feels real because it is. It's a qualitative experience. And that's the way you support the band that you say you love. Do it for real. You see how much they give us? You got to give back. Art needs to be sustained. I completely agree. Cher is a goddess. Cher is absolutely my goddess. If there is one person that I would want to see live more than anything else, it would probably be Cher. My feeling is that it's very likely that I would start crying. I adore Cher. Like, I adore Cher. I don't know if it's going to happen. I hope so. At some point, you know? The drums do sound amazing. Everything sounds amazing. John, hey John. I hope you're enjoying the show. The drums, the whole thing sounds amazing. One of the reasons why I spend a lot of time listening to the music, especially when it's a first album, like often if I'm just doing my regular show, I'm queuing one song to the other, right? But when I'm listening to an album, I always spend a certain amount of time with it, with a good set of headphones. I wear Sennheiser HD 650s. To me, I've had these things for 20 years, nearly. I've had these damn things a long time, and they got to sound good there. But if there's something to the way that it's produced on the vinyl, you can hear it. Ear fatigue happens. When it's done well, when it's mastered for vinyl well, it sounds beautiful. It's like butter. It's beautiful. This sounds absolutely beautiful. So much so that I will remember again. For me, that's the entire point of these experiences, right? The qualitative aspect. We create memories. And I will have the memory forever in my life of listening to side A of the record on headphones while fucking working out. When Joe and I did the show, I weighed 281 pounds. And I've told myself I'm going to weigh myself only once twice a month, on the 15th and the 1st, just do the fucking work. I haven't weighed myself. I weigh myself again on the 15th, but on the 1st I weighed 237, so I lost nearly 50 pounds. I'm pretty sure at this point I've lost more than 50 fucking pounds. And it took me being honest with myself, looking in the mirror and knowing everything that I'm trying to say that I'm doing here, with the streak, with the show that I do, with everything that I fucking do over here. It doesn't mean anything if I can't defeat the thing that's kicked my ass my entire fucking life. So I reached a point where it's like, look, if I'm really happiest now in my life, I gotta make a change, because I shouldn't weigh 281 pounds. I'm going to have a heart attack at some point. I'm going to die. So I took all of this damn thing seriously. And pretty much since August, since the end of August, I've been nonstop. And whenever it is that you do anything for long periods of times, and I'm guessing that sobriety must be exactly the same thing, you got to do it a day at a time. You have to. There's no other way. You got to win that day. Okay? I'm addicted to sugar. Fuck, I know all of this stuff. Just it's not the same damn thing, but I've got shit that's kicked my ass, and I've made excuses for it, and I've done something knowing this is killing me. This is eventually going to kill me. At some point, am I going to have a fucking heart attack? So when I met Joe, when we talked, I was 281 pounds. I'm pretty sure I'm about 230 now. And this is part of the soundtrack of that. Why am I telling you all of this? Because this is part of my fucking personal soundtrack, and when I tell you that vinyl matters, that you create your own soundtrack, even if it's not vinyl, but it's a place and time, like what we're doing now, this event, we're listening to it together. This is not just like listening to it on Spotify. You're listening to it together with other people. Idols are here with us, hanging out. You understand? A band doesn't have to give a single shit about something like this, but they're here, aren't they? My understanding is they just got, well, my understanding, I know they just got off a U.S. tour. They were working like madmen. I haven't seen them live yet. Montreal will happen sooner or later, but it feels like I'm watching them take over the fucking world, and I feel like it's like I'm part of it. I'm a 51-year-old man that feels this way about a new record. It's amazing to me. But music matters. And if anybody thinks that this kind of thing is pussy, fucking eat it. What do you know about pussy? Get in touch with who the fuck you are. If you dig what I do, this goes to you guys, idols, too. I'm talking to you too, fucking idols. I want you to know, idols, all of you. I look forward to meeting you. I don't know your names. I don't say this rudely. Who's the bald guy with the big beard that kind of looks like a less handsome version of myself? There's one member of the band that has a bald head and a big red beard, like me. Him. I look forward to meeting you, the bass player. Oh, I love your sound. All of you. You can become patrons, support what I do. This is Gonzo Radio. We're listening to your music. We're creating something that hasn't been created before. And you're here for it. I'm glad you're in the fucking audience. Why do you yell so much, Sam? What do you do with aggressive energy? You got to get it out. Why do people mosh? Right? Got to get it out. There are healthy ways to get it out. There are good ways to get it out. Music is a beautiful aggression. Art is a beautiful aggression. And I'm a dude that's fucking doing this, creating something that doesn't exist. Come support it. You could become a patron for as little as $2 a month. That's $24 a year. It ain't shit. But you know what? if you're a patron, and I can say that you and your band, you're my patrons, that means something. I wear it as a badge of honor, because if you do it, it honors the show. It tells me immediately, the actor could, it tells me, it says, no, this matters. People need to get away from the fucking algorithm. We have to plug out sometimes. And get back to just doing stuff. Paying attention. What's the point of cramming so much more information in your head? Because we're being bombarded with so much more. What's the point of bombarding yourself with so much information that you don't retain any of it? It becomes like just a fucking constant flow of diarrhea going on in between your ears. Just a constant flow of diarrhea. I mean, if that's how you love music, that's not how I love music. I gotta stay with it. Before I ever did this show, the way I used to do things is I used to get an album, get myself a drink, very often a coffee if it was in the middle of the day, uninterrupted, turn everything off, stay with the record, read the liner notes, and listen to the whole thing all the way through, uninterrupted. And I always cherished those things. And now doing this makes me cherish it even more, because I'm bringing a new tradition and I'm bringing it to all of us. Now it's not just my tradition, it's our tradition. So thanks for being in it. This is what the centerfold looks like. I dig it. Partisan Records, Annie, thank you. Well, you wish you had the time to kind of do that kind of thing. Well, you got to make the time. You got to make the time for the things that are important to you. I was a banker. I sold life insurance. I sold mortgages to people just like you. And I was fucking miserable. I made a lot of money, but I wanted to kill myself. I was miserable. And it took a nervous breakdown in order for me to come down to what's important in life. And that's what I did. I chose what's important in life. And music is important, so this is what I do. That's it. I made it my job. I willed it to be my job. Because I would rather fail at doing what I'm supposed to do than at failing at what I'm not supposed to do. I'd rather fail spectacularly and in public doing what I love. I love this. You guys make it possible. That's it. You. Become a patron. Support my shit. Guess what? Whether you do or not, I'm still going to be here. I'll be here tomorrow and I'll be here on Friday. Capiscisti? This fucking thing. You're going to have to excuse the light off of this thing. It's just the lighting in here. It's all scumbobulated. I fucked everything up. I need somebody who understands cameras to come and fix the lighting in this goddamn room. I got glares everywhere. Fantoma looks so fucking good. Why can't I look that way? Let's do side B, all right? Where am I from? I'm from Become a Patron. Patreon.com/Vinyl Junkies. That's where I'm from. I'm from Patreon.com/Vinyl Junkies. Come visit me anytime. All right, let's do side. Let's do side 2. This is fun and a certain emotional roller coaster, a good emotional roller coaster. I'm glad to be taking it with you. Smoke 'em if you got 'em, friends.
in check. I made myself remember, got myself out the red. I upgraded my upgrade, give us our daily bread. I got paid on payday, now I just so fed. I clearly won the friendly, left my opponent dead. I got the keys to Lambo, I took a walk instead. I am the prophecy, I did not come from nothing, and nothing came from me. I took your name in vain, I beg your refugee. I actually love your story, so twist between my teeth. The fears got hit you on, don't like what I can see. Racist click on the right side, no one to trust on the left. So I put my foot on overdrive, close my eyes, I press. Definitely I'll have a tap man, you know I am a damn hand. Super strength, Superman, I'll have a salmon gang man. For gas, I'm a jam man, for power, for gas. I'll smash that double barrel, Mitsubishi, Magic, Amsterdam. That's my way when I'm off gang, and I'm losing things in the last gang. Smash! I'm a car crash.
Yeah, me too.
I got myself together, I got myself in check. You caught me on my knees, so all red. You caught me on the floors, swooshing the floor. No metaphor, my thoughts are this poor. My glass jaw held open the door. Jesus, I'm I'm serious Jack. That's a heart attack. No light, no hope, nobody was where I'm at. Smash, swing, kissing us, everything's as black. My feet leave the ground as my wings start to flap. Hold close to warm as my tongue is blood. My, oh my, I can feel the roar. Face on the bottom of the football floor. Flash, flash, everything is shades of black. Smash, I'm a car crash. Everybody stand up for a bit. Get up on your feet and get down for a bit. Shake it to the snare and get down to the kid. She can turn it till she like you don't give a shit, huh? Do the new sensation. Do the new sensation. Do the new sensation. Do the new sensation. So you wanna retrain now? Jumping from the right to the left brain now. You just gotta train your stance up and retrain as a dancer, right? Do the new sensation. Do the new sensation. Do the new sensation. Do the new sensation. Okay, get on all fours, then slap that dance floor. Then scream, I die for the cause. What else could your lungs be for, huh? Do the new sensation. Do the new sensation. Do the new sensation. the demon should
Go
dead, huh?
shortcuts.
The new sensation. The new sensation. Do the new sensation. Do the new sensation. Shake your shit like your shit's on fire. Shimmy real hard like your Richard Pryor. Lie, lie, put your flames to the top. Raise that roof like the Notre Dame spire. Do the new sensation. Do the new sensation. Do the new sensation. Do the new sensation. Everybody stand up for a bit. Get up on your feet and get down for a bit. Shake it to the snare and get down to the kick. Shake it down until she like you don't give a shit, huh? Do the new sensation. 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 Do the new sensation.
Wu-Tang, motherfucker. Like it for Wyatt.
He says he's a nihilist, waking on a mound of slaughtered kings, sniffing on solving solutions of what the future brings. A royalist and a drug user walk into a bar. Both buy their captors drinks, accusing the others gone too far. Just give them enough rope. Just give them enough rope. How can I feel myself when I can't even feel my face? I've got more stories to tell, but I can't remember time or place. Just wash your hands and teach your hostage how to keep them clean. Just watch your neck and cut the nonsense with Hugh's guillotine. He says he's a pacifist, quaking on a pile of collected things, tearing at his infant lungs whilst the vapor choir sings. He danced with chaos, lost his feet as chaos chooses you. Just suck the marrow, boy, don't bite off what you can chew. Huh? Just give them enough rope. Just give them enough rope. How can I feel myself when I can't Don't.
This fucking ruled. Stockholm Syndrome. This feels like a new band. This feels like they've transcended any classification. They've just kind of... Look, it sounds really confident. It sounds very self-assured, and it sounds like the product of a bunch of people having time off and probably listening to more music than they have in a long time in an environment where they can expose themselves to other things. I know that for me, this entire COVID thing has made it so I've played thousands of records, thousands. So I'm guessing I'm not alone, even if those who are not, buying records, you're probably consuming a lot more music, It's one of the things that kept us company. So you're definitely hearing it in the music. It's like, generally speaking, a band like IDLES could very easily just take their craft, and it wouldn't be a bad thing, just to say, but they can do the AC/DC thing, where they take their craft, they take their sound, and they hone it. They hone it to a fucking diamond point, and they're going to be good forever. You hear it. They have hooks for days. They could do it. I mean, Motorhead made a career of it. And I'm not saying that as a bad thing, because I own almost every Motorhead record made. I fucking love Motorhead. Lemmy is my idol of idols. But what you're hearing here is a band that's stepping outside of themselves. Stepping outside of what they did before into new musical ground. Not new musical ground as in they're creating something new, they're reinventing the wheel. That's not how I mean it. New musical ground in the sense that it seems like a confident step forward into establishing their identity as, we're going to be whatever the fuck we want to be. And we're going to sound how we want to sound. And here, what it is that they're doing is that they're showing a variety of sounds that they didn't show us on the first 3 albums, that show me as a listener. This is what we do. This is part of who it is that we were and what we absorbed. And this is how we do it. And the way you do it is great. Fucking God bless them. I hope that they can do this forever, because to me this sounds as real and authentic as it could be. There's charisma, there's hooks for days here, It's nice to see. It's nice to see. I'm pretty sure that this is going to wind up transcending genres. As a matter of fact, I spoke to Joe about this at one point or another. And at one point, I think, what was it, maybe during song 2, I was listening to a tune and it was so catchy. And the first thing that came to mind is, this could very easily be on an iPhone commercial. This could very easily be on an Apple commercial. Apple will fucking throw a ton of money at these guys. And the conversation we had when we did Old Man Listens to, Brutalism, is, I said, take that fucking Apple money. Take that iTunes money. Take it. Take all them fucking millions. Take it. You didn't sell out. What it is that you did is you ensured that you can do it the way you want and not give a fuck and not have anybody around you that you don't want as soon as possible. Guys like this, you can see. They don't seem motivated by owning super yachts. The way it is that I see them, whenever I see pictures, because I don't watch live videos, at this point I can say that when I see IDLES live in Montreal, it will actually be my first experience of them live. I kind of want to keep it that way. I don't want to watch it on TV. I want to be there. I also mentioned a couple days ago that I woke up. The record came in on Monday. I wasn't allowed to play anything but the singles until Monday. So the record came in, and I knew. I saw the sticker, Partisan Records. I knew it was this. It had arrived a day early. I was expecting it for Tuesday. And the first thought that came to my mind as I was making my coffee, my first coffee of the day, I was ready to come down, start doing my thing, is I got this image of myself stage diving at an IDLES concert. And that's a bit particular, because I haven't even thought for 1 second of stage diving for decades. Too fucking big. People get right out of the way. I'd break every bone in my brain. I'd smash right down to the fucking concrete. But now, porco Dio. You understand? And for the first time, I thought to myself, I could imagine myself just being on the fucking IDLES stage and stage diving. And knowing that they would catch me, knowing that you guys would catch me. There's a trust thing. I don't know what the hell they do it and how they do it. It's just they do something and they do it right. And it makes 51-year-old men like me excited. You know? Will that stage dive happen? We'll see. They haven't been booked to tour. My guess is it will. But let's see. Make it part of the fucking story, no? The story doesn't end here. They will have another album and they'll have another tour. And they'll be here with us, just like they are now, or they were. You still here, guys? Did you enjoy yourself these past 6 weeks? Massive kudos to your work ethic. I think that's probably what I relate to most. I get it. I love my blue-collar roots. I love my farmer roots. I love the grind. So, you guys speak for me. All right. Let's do side C. I'm going to go get a drink of water and towel off a bit. But what I wanted to do is I wanted to play something, especially if the band's here. I want to play something for you guys. Because Polam, the producer, said, you know what would be a good album or a good few songs to play in between if you got to go take a piss and shit? Piss and shit, maybe, or piss and or. Play some Limp Wrist, and yeah, I think that's a good idea. I'm going to play you some Limp Wrist, man. This is my discovery of the year. It's fucking awesome is what it is. Side 1 sounds like absolutely nothing like side 2. So I'm going to play you a bit of side 1 and I'm going to play you a bit of side 2 at the next break. Dudes, this is hot as fuck. All right? Feel free to disagree with me. If your jaws drop, you'll know I've been playing this shit since I got it, daily practically. Limp motherfucking Wrist. This is New York queercore. They call it queercore. I didn't think that I would be. I didn't think that I've been forgotten. You guys are here in spirit. You guys are here more than I thought that you would be. All right, so to me that matters. You have to understand that relationships like this, you instantly take control of everybody that's here for you also. You create this big web of inclusiveness and this big web of friendliness, a friendly tribalism. It's fucking remarkable. It's absolutely remarkable how it is that you've managed to be so goddamn likable while still maintaining every principle. It's wonderful. Sam will dive. Sam will fucking dive. But before I dive, I got to make sure that I get to the weight that I feel proud. Okay? Because when I weighed 281 pounds, there's no way I would have stage dove. Not only because I was going to break myself, but because it's like I'm going to break the people under me. So whatever I am right now, 237 is what I weighed on November 1st. Can I tell you the real goal? Once I hit 210, I haven't weighed 210 pounds since my fucking 20s. Since maybe my early 30s. 6'1", 210. Conor McGregor, you motherfucker! I will moonwalk all up and down your ass! Are there any songs with cowbells? Do you need a cowbell player? Kumbaya, my lord! Kumbaya! Sing along! Kumbaya, my lord! Kumbaya! Kumbaya, my lord! Kumbaya! Oh, Lord, kumbaya! I'm available for weddings, bar mitzvahs. I gotta go rock a piss. I'll be back. Here's that limp wrist I was talking about.
Behind the scenes, the cameras on deck. I don't see between women on the street. The foreign says that you are streets on the clean. But not the problem, and so common. Make no momentum, and this is not your fault. The terror every bomb on the tree. The voice on your body, you play for your feet. The balance of us, living in fear. And not survival, almost scared. But not the problem, and so common. Make no momentum, and this is not your fault. We'll let the bottom come down. Frailty equals fatality. Counts of death. Sharpen your tongue. Ruin dead, kid. Ruin dead. Fix it. Bubbles pop. Your allies on your block. No shields to hide behind. So we got you on your side. Ruin dead, kid. Ruin dead. Fix it. Fix it. Go through the walls, punching back in the fences clear of the down. Section they can't get through. Layer by layer they can't get through. Go through the walls, punching back in the fences clear of the down. Section they can't get through. Layer by layer they can't get through. Section they can't get through. Layer by layer they can't get through. Section they can't get through. Layer by layer they can't.
So there you go. Did you like Limp Wrist? It's a great name for a hardcore band. The name is even better when you call it queercore and you make the entire fucking genre entirely your own. You know what's even better than that? You're gonna have to stick around for me to play you a track off side B, and you'll see what's even better than that. This fucking album is bonkers. It's fucking bonkers how good it is. So, let's do side C, shall we? You enjoying yourselves? Not such a terrible way to spend the Friday, right? To all of our friends in the band, thanks for making it special for our audience and yours. It's appreciated, you know. I'm pretty sure that you believe in the karma bank. I most certainly believe in the karma bank because for the longest time, it's the only bank I had. It's the only fucking bank account I could have. That kind of thing, you know? So, I always believed that you attract what you leave behind, what you put forth, you know? And I'm pretty sure you guys have accumulated a lot in the karma bank. And it's awesome. To be in your orbit gives me something to be proud of. You know what I'm saying? God damn, Sam! You want to give the speech at my wedding? You're not my best man, but if you give that speech, Sam, I want you to be the best man at my wedding. At the same time, can you go on that online university reverend school? Go get a license, Sam. I want you to be the reverend who marries us too. I want you to marry us. I would marry you only if I can show up in a residence t-shirt. If I can marry you and show up in a residence t-shirt, you're on. I'll marry you. I'll get the marriage certificate from the Las Vegas University of Jesus. I'm gonna go get it. Are we learning next week's Old Mans? What's the deal, Polo? Kinda, sorta. We haven't really planned them yet. What's coming for sure, though? No, you're gonna have to wait, man. I don't have it. You guys are gonna have to tune into. You're gonna have to tune into to the regular evening broadcast, and I'll tell you. I don't fucking remember. I'm looking at these records now. No, I don't know, man. I can't find it. I'm sorry. IDLES. Crawler. Side C. Smoke them if you got them. Patron 868, where are you? Legacy shit right here.
I'm not praying, baby. I'm not begging, darling. Soon as the rush went away, I did not look
legacy shit right there. bassist and drummer could sell that to ad agencies everywhere. I mean, listen. Solid fucking rhythm all the way through.
Jesus loves a trier. Call off the town crier. Climb that razor wire and medicate, meditate, medicate. Hide your crescent bruise, shine your nation shoes, tie your owners loose and medicate. clear. Smash pills, fear no fear. I came in from the rear to medicate, meditate, medicate. Drugs lost what I had found, burnt friendships to the ground. Turn my frown upside down and medicate, meditate, medicate. Adorn the house within, lather baby skin, alleviate your kin. Now that's what I call medication. Meditate, medicate. Real nice, bro, real nice.
God damn. Yeah, they if people are gonna call them punk rock, you know what? I know that if I was a member of IDLES, I'd absolutely take it as a complete badge of honor if somebody called me the fucking ABBA of punk rock, because this is beyond. The bass, the fucking copyright popo was here on YouTube. What a pain in the ass. Yeah, the range of styles that they go through is just unbelievable. I mean, it's great. They found the pocket for all of it. Everything seems very much in lockstep. Would I be correct in saying that you guys practiced a lot before going into the studio? Because it certainly sounds that way. Like the drummer and the bassist could basically just leave the band and fucking make ads. Just make music that you can put in ads. That bass and drum is like, that's an Apple commercial right there. That's an Apple commercial. That last song or the song, some of these songs, it's like, yeah. Think skateboarding or snowboarding video games. Soundtracks to that. That's a fucking awesome idea. Get that video game money. Your sound belongs everywhere. Not because you're selling out, because you're that good. No band should feel fucking guilty for having a supreme confidence about what they do, and they deserve it, man. You hear it already. It's unfucking believable. You know? It's nice to feel like you're connecting with something that's authentic. It's nice to see what you think is somebody that could be your mate. Make it. It's nice to see. It feels like the good guys won. Limp wrist. Should I do that? Kenny Beats produced how much of this record? This is a Kenny Beats record. KD Records, Breaks and Beats. It's basically Kenny Beats on the drums creating a bunch of break beats, which I guess he fully expected for other people to use as samples. It's quite good. Kind of raw. So you know what it is that I'm going to throw out into the ether now? I'm throwing it out. And please understand something. When shit happens, it happens, and when it doesn't, I don't take it badly. You know what it is that I'm responsible for? I take the fucking swing. I throw shit out into the world and I see what comes back to me. It's a couple of times that I've said, I would love it if bands, even small bands, if anything, will make me even happier. If bands would fucking drop on by in here, we move the turntables over here, and they played a fucking camera, they played a show for you. The camera is right there. We could set up an entire band here. And they could play for you. From my fucking basement. The thing that makes me not want to do that is that bands are flaky. And then you got to get into the whole idea of, what, you want us to play your fucking basement? And you have to explain the whole fucking concept. But I don't care. I just throw it out there anyway. I don't worry. I take a turn with faith. 5 people, we fucking do what we can, can't we? What do you think you're going to have in here? You think I'm going to put a fucking baby grand in here? You want me to put in a grand piano? This fucking guy thinks I'm bringing Duke Ellington in. There are 5 guys. They can improvise. I got a cowbell. One of them can play the fucking cowbell. Hey, 5 guys in your basement? Can't the man dream? Just what makes that little old ant think he can move a rubber tree plant? Everyone knows an ant can't move a rubber tree plant 'cause he's got high hopes, Blumpy. He's got... Don't ruin my parade, Mr. Blumpster. I dream. My heart is big like the Orion. I dream. This 5 people. What? There are some fucking apartments. This over here, you can rent it out to 5 fucking students in Japan. You know they fucking live on top of each other? What? You make it sound like it's nothing. You know why? He comes here with a fucking air mattress. This thing is the size of a trampoline. He's trying to fucking sleep on a trampoline in the middle of my fucking record cave. Where am I going to find space for your trampoline? I mean, come on. Yeah, exactly. This guy makes it sound like it's a fucking shoebox down here. I'm doing exercise. Blumpy. Always there with the words of encouraging. We love each other. All right. Side D. This is way cool. Having the time of my life. I really hope that you guys are too. If you dig what I do, support what I do. Industry, not industry. I'm an artist. This is my art. Creating radio that doesn't exist is my art. Yeah, it's stupid. Yes, I dare call it art. If you can call Gigi Allen art, goddamn anything can be art. There's willingness, there's willfulness, there's a wish to improve upon the craft, to bring back the old ways, to make people connect to music in a different way, and doing it just through voice, just through a chat, connecting people that live very far from each other. It's a lovely thing. Yeah. Learning how to do that properly is worthwhile. All right. Smoke 'em if you got 'em, friends. I'm going to enjoy this one. It's been... You want to hear the limp wrist? I thought maybe you wouldn't want to hear the limp wrist. Yeah, I can play the limp wrist. What I'm going to play you doesn't sound anything like what you've heard up to now. It's fucking awesome. Tell me what you think of this. And tell me if you know how it is that the punk isn't what you were expecting? What happens when you flip the record and you hear this? Supposed to, because I got a heads up warning, and that's not a good thing. I may have to fucking interrupt song by song, or else our channel gets blocked. Oh, what a bummer. I don't I don't blame the process of getting this shit whitelisted and all this is so convoluted. Now, in this particular case, what brought about copyright popo was the limp wrist. But we'll go back to IDLES. Actually, as I was listening to that, I thought to myself, well, is it disrespectful to like play music in the middle like that? Like, quote unquote, interrupt the IDLES experience? Is it disrespectful? I mean, because the first time, listen, I got to piss. When I got to piss, I got to piss. So I got to play something in between. So that was the idea. But this time around, you know, is it disrespectful? I hope not. It doesn't mean to be that way, that's for sure. As a matter of fact, if anything, the thought process for me is, if it is the band, and if I were the band and somebody were doing this with me, I think that I would appreciate it if the DJ would succeed in introducing something that I would dig. You know what I'm saying? So for me, I take that, I'm kind of trying to almost to be mindful of the audience being the band themselves, or maybe the management themselves. That's the whole point of the experience, isn't it? You try to personalize it as much as you can. And that's exactly it. It's like I said, there's a little bit of sadness, almost, that it's almost over, you know, because it's side D. I think that's happening also. It's kind of like the kid, you know, coming up with every excuse and needing a glass of milk before he goes to bed, doing everything that the kid can possibly do in order to prolong their bedtime. It almost feels like that. You know? Think about what we've just done here for the last 2+ hours. Wasn't it fun? It's personal. Will Idols play the basement? What do we call that? Do we really call that the basement tapes? What show would we give? You see, because for me, John's the drummer. I'm happy to meet you, John. I hope that you enjoyed it. Can I tell you a story? I gotta do that. Tamara, I gotta do that. Can you do me a favor, please? Tamara, if it's at all possible, can you get on Zoom with, yeah. Put the kid on, put the kid on, man. I got a story to tell, and I gotta do something special for my friend Hunter. That's off, which album? That's off Joy as an Act of Resistance, right? I'm going to play just a little bit more Limp Wrist and go get it. I'll be back.
I want to fag my moves. I want to fag my groove. I want to fag my moves. I want to fag my groove. I want to fag my moves.
All right. Thank you, Limp Wrist. I'm just waiting for my friend Jiu-Jitsu, Tamara, to show up on the Zoom. I know that if the band's still here, at least, I know that you guys are pretty amazing. I've heard, as much as I've never seen live coverage, I've heard about all the amazing things that you do, like telling your audience to get down low and then picking up somebody in a wheelchair and letting them crowd surf and that kind of thing. That's potent stuff. I saw a video recently, I think, of a Slipknot mosh pit where people just cleared the fucking pit and started moshing with the kid in the fucking wheelchair. It made me so happy. It made me happy because it's just, see, this is supposed to be the aggression and the black eye of music, the dirty stuff, and instead what you see is brotherhood. It's really beautiful. So Hunter is here with us. We've created a really nice family here over these last, 609 days now, Polam? I think it's 609 straight today. I've come across a lot of people, and we've met a lot of people. It's 610 today. We met a lot of people through streams like this, so we have the audience that came in and got to know us through Idols. We got a lot of people that got to know us through Radiohead, Run the Jewels, you know? There are bands that we come and we congregate towards, and Idols has really become one of those. I really meant it when I said that pretty much everybody in the community has the fucking record. As somebody who's been a salesperson all his life, the click-through rate, the fucking conversion rate is through the roof. And I can't say that it's all me, because you're selling me to your own product, and your product is just pure honest, man. It's just great. I feel fondly about the people that I hang out with every day here in our, on our virtual couch as we listen to music. Yeah, all of you came through somewhere. Where did you guys get to know the show? Tell us. When did you first catch Vinyl Junkies? Tamara is somebody I think that I met through the Radiohead thing. But what winds up happening is that I wind up meeting a lot of folks that are really big into music. Sure, there's the fanboys and fangirls, right? So you got to the fucking stands. But those people, they just follow that one thing. But out of those, there's always that subsegment of people that don't just like that. They like everything. They love music. And that, to me, is always that 5%, that 10%. That's my audience. somebody who likes everything. Tamara is one of those. She goes by Tamara is alive here. I call her Jiu-Jitsu because she does Jiu-Jitsu. And because she's a fucking badass. So, see, she's a single mom. And her little boy's fucking awesome. And I know them because I see them on Zoom every time. Like, not daily, but often. So much so that we know him. He recognizes us. We wave hello to him. The boy has autism. He doesn't. He can't talk. He communicates through a machine. He's the best. He's the fucking best. And Hunter's a huge part of our community. Tamara's a huge part of our community. And he's got a really special attachment to IDLES. Every time we play, he starts bouncing around. And it makes me happy. It makes me really happy to see. My little girl, when I used to play the monks for her, I used to play this song called Cuckoo. She used to bounce around in her diaper. And it's just, I see the purest expression of innocence, of honesty, of joy. It makes me so fucking happy. And whenever I see that kid, I can't explain it to you. It's just, I want to just do everything to make him happy. And you're here. IDLES, you guys are here. If you're still here, we're going to play a song that's going to make Hunter happy. Love you, buddy. Tell me if you know this one. Everybody dance with Hunter. And just so that you know, before we put this on, he put on his little computer. He puts goes and it goes and it goes and it goes on his computer. So he knows what we're going to do. Come on, Hunter! Come on, Hunter!
I was done in on the weekend. The weekend lasted 20 years. The world's best bulimic bartender.
Come on, Hunter!
Tender, violent, and queer. Forgive me, Father, I have sinned. I drained my body.
Come on, Hunter, help me sing.
Of pins, I've danced till dawn with splintered shins. Full of pins, full
Come on, Hunter.
pins.
Goes and it goes and it goes, goes and it goes and it goes, goes and it goes and it goes, goes and it goes and it goes.
They laugh at me when I run. I waste away for fun.
Come on, Hunter, we sing!
I am my father's son. His shadow waves
Sing for Hunter!
goes and it
Goes and it goes, goes and it goes and it goes, goes and it goes and it goes, goes and it goes and it goes.
They laugh at me when I run. I waste away for fun. I am my father's son. His shadow weighs a ton.
Goes and it goes and it goes, goes and it goes and it goes, goes and it goes and it goes, goes and it goes and it goes.
Forgive me, Father, I have sinned. I drained my body
Sing for Hunter. Goes and it goes and it goes, 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 goes and it goes and it goes. I know it's not over. I've made the mistake before. We could have gone into that too. God damn. How can I forget this? This has been amazing. Thank you for Conor McGregor is in Mr. Motivator, eh? Thanks, Fruity Lovecraft. Thanks for helping me sing for Hunter. Is that awesome or what? Let's do this, man. Side D. Thank you so much for making this amazing. Hey, do you like what I do? This is my contribution to the art world. We discover new music together, and we do it through community. Support the community. Be a part of the community. Join chat. Let us get to know you. Patreon.com/VinylJunkies. I would also like to say, let's see if we find, what would it be? Patron number 866 or something like that. I also want to point out that, once again, yay to IDLES management and everyone involved. The stream was blocked and then it was unblocked, so looks like we're in the clear for the last one. I'm going to remember this. For the music, for the camaraderie, for the history that we have with the band and how it's brought us together. And for me, it's going to be a place and time also where I decided, that's it, I'm not ready to die yet. I'm not going to kill myself with food. I'm not going to fucking kill myself with sugar. I'm not going to kill myself with any of that. I'm going to get better and get better for good. And one of the reasons that I speak about it the way it is that I speak about it is to keep myself accountable. Completely keep myself accountable. Make sure that I don't go back. And so that you can see that just a regular schlub like me, I'm no better than you. I'm no smarter than you. I'm a fucking blue-collar bitch is what I am. I show up with my lunchbox every day, though, and I put in the work. So what you see is the result of work and nothing else. Whatever your dream is, go take care of it. Go do it. That's your place on this earth. Go do what you got to do. Side D. I got a good fucking sweat on. Look at me. You would say that these guys are almost like motivating me. I mean, I've smoked with Dixie Dave of Weed Eater, but I think everybody has. Dixie Dave of Weed Eater, but I think everybody has. Dixie Dave of Weed Eater, but I think everybody has. That's appropriate. Put it in the work, Campbell. Racing the sun.
I don't wanna feel myself come down. I come home to tears my bones swerve. I don't wanna feel myself get high. I'm calm. Tears my bones swerve. I don't wanna feel myself come down. Come home to tears my bones swerve. I don't wanna feel myself get high. I come Look. Yeah. He lies. He lies. The Jack of Buckle, the master of none. The champion another, a neglectable song. I'm yesterday's news, tomorrow's tip paper. I'm in between jobs, and I will be later. Ta. Yeah. He lies. He lies. A drop in the ocean, a shadow in the night. A wheel with no motion, a dog with no bite. The deputy manager's assistants, 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 assistants. Don't like, don't listen. Yeah. He lies. He lies. He lies. He lies.
Guys, do you mind if I just stop for 1 second? I'm sorry, I'm going to have to, but Copyright Popo is here. I don't want to get a strike against the channel. Let's just chill it out for one thing. Hey, what? You said you want it to last forever. Same kind of feeling for me. I want it to last, you know? So we got one last song. The punk song, the hardcore tune. Perfect. Hardcore tunes are not supposed to be longer than 40 seconds. Well, there are some, but you know what I mean. I fucking love that stuff. So what do you think up to now? I mean, we got one last song, right? What do you guys think of the album? It's certainly unlike the albums they released before. You can see the band, I don't know, morphing into something else. It's cool. I kind of feel like, to me, that whole idea of masters, you know, becoming masters at your art. It's cool to see a bunch of friends, and it seems like obviously that there's a friendship there and everything. Just see it happen. It's lovely. Yeah, the evolution. That's exactly it. You feel like you're part of that evolution, and they make sure that you feel that way. Lots of bands want to be able to take that. Lots of artists want to be able to take that ability, you know, and just bottle it and sell it. But you got to have that thing. They got that thing. You know? I don't have that thing. I got that thing for a very small audience. These guys, they go across that. I'm niche. Niche. My Little Show. Everyone's watching. While everybody is watching My Little Pony, I'm watching Planet Unicorn. Do you understand what the difference between me and them are? They watch My Little Pony. I watch Planet Unicorn. That's what the difference is. Planet Unicorn, hey! What's this last song called? We're going to do this last song, okay? See, nobody knows Planet Unicorn. I got nothing to talk to about with you guys. You guys know nothing. Uncultured beasts. After this, what you do is go to YouTube and look up Planet Unicorn. If you like the video, how about giving it a like? Where are my YouTube's peoples at? YouTube, let's get this over 100, yeah? Sure. Patreon 868, am I going to find you? Let's see if you're out there. If you are, become a patron for as little as $2 or $5 a month. Patreon.com/VinylJunkies. Were you entertained? Did you enjoy it? Leave the house a tip, why don't you? On the way out, it's like a comment card. Drop $1 in. A tip for the waiter, that's me. Just a buck, just a buck, just a buck. Do your part, and we're going to be able to see all of the people who put in just a buck. And that's how it is that I earn my living. Very humble. Blue collar. Do you appreciate my blue collar attitude?
I'll buy that for $1.
I know, and you have. Thank you, Joe. They're awesome, right? I'm going to do this last one, the end. Thanks for hanging out. That is a good finale. Based on the title and the fact that right after the end, you just kind of hear the guitar keep going and the drummer put his sticks down. It sounds exactly like that was the ending that they wanted. I'm going to be curious to listen to it. Subsequent listens are going to be necessary. I like all of the songs. All of them. The feeling that I get as I'm listening to this, not because it's a concept album, but the feeling that I'm getting off of this is almost kind of the way it is that I felt when Mastodon released Crack the Sky. Not because it's the same musical sound, but I'd been a fan of the stuff that came before, and when Crack the Sky came out, it felt like it was a big deal album. It felt like it was one of their big deal records. You know what I mean? And I mean, you look back at their career and it's certainly a defining album for them. And this kind of feels that way. Everything about it just has that stamp. It's I won't say bold in any broad stroke type of way. They're not reinventing the wheel. That's not what they're doing. However, the way it is that they're combining the elements of the different music and the way it is that they're taking all of these different elements and making it their own, they're breaking their own mold. They're breaking their own mold. And any band that just keeps doing that eventually just gets accepted as an artist. Not as a rock band, not as a punk band, not as anything other than Tom Waits is releasing a new album. You know what I'm saying? If you know what that means, you go out and you buy Tom Waits' new album because it's Tom fucking Waits. Mark Lanigan puts out a new album. If you know what that is, you go out and you get it. Kabish? That's kind of what it is that I'm getting here. Another example that I can give is, again, I mean, this is ideas of my own youth kind of thing, but Iron Maiden. When Iron Maiden released, not quite Peace of Mind, because Peace of Mind is where Nickel McBrain left. What's his name? Clive Burr, the drummer, left, and Nickel McBrain did his first album. But by Power Sleeve, they had Nickel McBrain for a second album. They had gone on tour, and they went on an enormous tour. Iron Maiden was unstoppable. They released that album, and it's like, that's it, you know? They took over. That's kind of what it is that I feel like at the same time. And of course, I'm not comparing musically. I'm comparing a place and time and the way it is that I felt when I was 13 years old and this record came out. Power Slave did not sound like Peace of Mind. It did not sound like The Number of the Beast, and it did not sound like any of the other heavy metal records. It was awesome. So, it's nice to feel part of something, and that's what's happened here. Oh, I like the record. Listen, of course I like it. But, what did you guys think? You dug it? Well, my feeling is that we're going to listen to some more of it tonight, right? What am I on in? Just over 4 hours. Very soon. And we'll be able to play it again. Thanks so much for doing this with me. It's been amazing. All right, folks.